Hello everyone. I like to have hearing protection on when I'm mowing grass. You know, there's plenty of noise even with a walk behind mower or if you're on a tractor. Well, I just bought these 3M. This is just hearing protection. Sold at, I bought this at Menards. And what I do is I go to the electronics department at Walmart and I find these cheap headband headphones, stereo, over the ear with foam thing headphones. And they're like $5 a piece. I usually buy 2 or 3 of them at a time. I got 2 of them in my truck. Walmart doesn't always have these in stock. You can also find these online. But what I do is I get these and I open them up. Let me open this one up. Package. Maybe I should have opened this up before I started the video. And well, there's the cord right in here. And this is adjustable for your head. I get the adult size. And what I do is I take the band out. Well, sometimes you have to take a tool and bust this and take the band out on both sides. Then I take pliers and break off what's left. Right here, right about here. And then I do it on the other side, of course. And then what I do is I fish each side into the cup of the hearing protection. You will feel on your earlobe or somewhere over down here, you will feel this cord. And what usually fails on these is the flimsy, cheap little cord. You know, you only paid $5 for it, but the flimsy, cheap little cord gets kinked and you lose 1 or 2 speakers. So, well, you buy another one from Walmart and do the same thing to it. But you just basically, you know, you're left with about this much, and you shove it in the little pocket there. Put it in there of your headphones, and then that way you have hearing protection. Let me pull this out. This one's brand new. You have hearing protection, and at the same time you can listen to the radio or a podcast or whatever. I did last year. I bought at Menards. It's a hearing protection. I think it's for use on a firing range, and it's one where you can plug in a plug from your radio. And I don't remember what brand it was, and I tried it. And the thing had some kind of electronics built into it. So with some kind of noise suppression technology. And that one kept cutting in, cutting out, cutting in, cutting out. And I just saw it finally says, phooey. But anyway, this is one I've been using for years. I'm just going to have 2 sets of these. These are North brand, Brea, what? Is it Canada or California? I don't know. I've had these several years. The foam thing on it isn't as nice as the 3M ones, but you know, I did the same thing that I described I will do with this one. But it, you know, keeps me, helps me keep my hearing intact as I get older, and I get to listen to something, you know, whatever you want to listen to. AM radio, FM radio, whatever you want to. So, I think it's 3M sells at Walmart and some other places headphones with a built-in radio. A radio built in to one side or the other. Basically a receiver. I think they are called work tunes. They call, I don't know if they're 40 or 50 bucks, but one, I don't want to spend that much money, and two, I don't want a receiver right next to my brain, right next to my head. If you have read a little bit about electronics, or like I had an electronics class in high school, anything that is a receiver, like a radio, like a radar detector, also produces a signal. So when you have headphone radio headphones on, built-in unit, you've seen them in the stores with everything there. It's a radio built in here. That's a receiver. It's also going to produce RF, radio frequency. And I want to avoid brain cancer, and I'm not going to use one of those. About 10 years ago, I went to a place in downtown St. Paul and bought these portable headphones. They there was a receiver built in to the headphones, and then the other end was a transmitter that plugged into my home stereo, and I could walk through the house and hear it most of the time and listen to the radio or whatever I had on the stereo as I worked. And after a while I kept thinking, well, I have a receiver right next to my head. How the talk about the theory about cell phones right next to your head being used a lot can give you cancer. Like Johnny Cochran, O.J. Simpson's lawyer, died of brain cancer. And the brain scan, or the x-ray, showed that the cancer radiated in an arc. The center of that arc was the ear that he always had a cell phone to. And Johnny Cochran was constantly on the phone. He had 2 cell phones. He died of brain cancer. So, there's my tip. Cheap, economical, and I think safe, The only thing you have next to your head is some little tiny magnet going back and forth. And I don't know if that's going to produce much RF or not. Alright, thanks for watching. See ya, bye.